and we go get into the segment. This is the new segment. Social, heartfelt, informative things on the internet. So, like I say, what we're going to talk about today for this segment on this segment, social, heartfelt things on the internet, is anxiety. I looked up anxiety because, like I said, it's Mental Health Awareness Month, and I looked up the number one mental illness in the United States. I was actually shocked. Like I know I hear a lot of people say it, but I thought it was gonna be like depression or whatever, but it was anxiety. And it says anxiety disorders are the most common mental illness in the United States, affecting 40 million adults in the United States ages 18 and older, or 18.1% of the population every year. Anxiety disorders are highly treatable, yet only 36.9% of those suffering receive treatment. 40 million adults, anxiety disorders. So I guess it's all types. And this is from Facts and Statistics. It's Facts and Statistics, and this is from Anxiety Depression Association of America, ADAA for short. So I'm gonna read that again. I'm gonna read that again. Anxiety disorders are the most common mental illness in the US, affecting 40 million adults in the United States ages 18 and older, or 18.1% of the population everywhere. I'm sorry, every year. Anxiety disorders are highly treatable. And that's how I feel. I say that right. I don't think that it's not real, but I feel like we are powerful enough to change it. And it anyway, highly treatable. And it says yet only 36.9% of those suffering receive treatment. And what does that go back to? Getting out of your own way and controlling powerful people control what they can. 36. It says the disorders are highly treatable, but yet only 36.9% of people suffering actually get treatment. So if you're going through something and you're not getting treatment, and treatment is whatever you feel like treatment is. If your therapy is listening to YouTube, listening to podcasts, going running, if or you need to go see somebody. If you not getting treatment and nothing is physically stopping you, not somebody telling you we a certain race so we don't go to therapy. African Americans. Not people telling you you weak if you go do this. Different branches in the service. Although we trying to fix it, it just is what it is. You not weak, but you are in your own way if you don't go get help. They go think of me some type of way. Who the hell is they and why do you care? If it's not you, then it don't matter. If it's not you, then it don't matter. Highly treatable. It says right now nearly 10 million Americans live with a serious mental disorder. The most common are anxiety and major depression and bipolar disorder. But like I said, we're talking about anxiety. 40 million people suffer from it. 40 million people suffer from it. And then so it says anxiety disorder. I looked up the definition of anxiety disorder for y'all. A mental health disorder characterized by feelings of worry, anxiety, or fear that are strong enough to interfere with one's daily activity. We go read that again. And they got some examples for us. We go read that again. A mental health disorder characterized by feelings of worrying, anxiety, or fear that are strong enough to interfere with one's daily activity. You not getting treatment that affects you daily. You're stopping you from doing something that you need to do. And its examples of anxiety disorders include panic attacks, obsessive compulsive disorder, I guess OCD, and post traumatic stress disorder. That's powerful. That's powerful. I actually had a situation when I went to Texas. I won't speak on who, like I never, it's not my story to tell, right? That person comes on the show and want to talk about it, that's something different. But I had uh an incident happened when I went to Texas on leave. I was in Texas on leave for about a week, right? I go down there. I have a family member that's sick with cancer. I say reason that I started my podcast. I go down there to see my grandmother that was paralyzed but slowly getting back to walking. Slowly but surely she's able to walk. So, shout out to Granny for that. So I had a situation with somebody I care for dearly, and that is, and like I said, I'm gonna try to. I know what I want to say, but I'm being careful of what I'm saying because it's not my story to tell as far as putting someone's business out there. But it was an experience that I shared with this person because I was there. So this person began feeling pain in their body, their chest. They couldn't stop it. They end up having to go to the hospital. So this person found out after they went to the doctor. The test was ran. They gave them some, they gave them some medicine and stuff to calm down. And the doctor told them that, I think this was caused from stress and worrying. And I'm talking about it shook me so bad because you know how you got them people, like I say, I understand the inevitable. Like people that you think is Superman. Superman still gets hurt by kryptonite, and if get exposed to enough on it, he could pass, right? But you got these people, you got these Wonder Woman and Supermans in your head, and even though like in the back of your head, even though it be on the front of your mind, sometimes in the back of your head, like one day I'm gonna have to exist without this person, or this person is gonna have to exist without me. To see them physically become ill, it still just does something to you, and it messed me up because, like I say, the way that that person act, I do the same thing. You kind of like worry and try to take on people problems, and you don't do what you want to do, trying to make other people happy, and it literally is killing us. Literally feeling strong enough to it, like this person was literally on the floor, like I gotta go to the hospital, and your brain worrying, your brain, whatever, how it work, like I say, the nerves or what, however it happens, you thinking too much and getting your blood too much, however it work. I'm not a doctor, but it's just a something so scary to think about. Like our mind is doing this. Our body is a system, right? So if something is pressurized and a computer is feeding it something, right? Your body is a system. It's just like a computer, right? And if you put a code in there, or you get a virus in there on the computer, or whatever, or somebody override and they put a messed up code on there, and now your stuff is rising, or it's doing more than what it go to, and then it blows. Your process, your computer, with stuff work different now, but it blows. You feed your car too much of something that it don't supposed to have, and it blows. Or even too much of something it does supposed to have, and it blows. That is literally how our mind is doing to our body. Like I say, I'm not a doctor. This is just how I process it, right? That is literally what our mind is doing to our body. We go through these mental health, and like I said, anxiety. Anxiety is something 40 million people in the world, and only 36.9% get help. Like I ain't no mouth, like that's crazy. That's a crazy number, and the effects that it turns into, because it goes, you is in this feeling, a feeling that could cripple you, stop your track, stop your day. Anxiety disorder is the number one in America. And I wonder how many people even know that it's a mental health month in May. I bet you everybody knows Cinco de Mayo. The races know, or Asian Pacific Islander month. But how many people know it's mental health awareness in May? And it's been around since 1949. 1949. So mental health been the issue. We're not giving something its own month for no reason. 1949, it was a lot of stuff going on in the world in 1949, especially in the United States. And that's just when this mental health month was started. 40 million, and it's treatable. You not treating it, like I say, you standing in your own way. So that's an informative part of social. informative things on the internet. We're talking about anxiety. For the social part of this segment, I will ask you to go on TikTok. And like I said, I'm not sponsored by TikTok. It's nothing like that. But I genuinely love TikTok for the information and tips and different things that you can find on TikTok. And everybody on TikTok is not a therapist, but you can find therapists on there. But if you type in mental health, anxiety, depression, any of those hashtags, so much stuff pops up. And I know a lot of people don't have TikTok. You know, it's dancing, it's this, that, and the third. It is so much on TikTok. It is so much on TikTok. But if you type in depression, mental health, to any type of thing, so many tips and people and their stories will pop up. And you'll realize like you're not alone. You're not alone. You're not alone. And I know, like I say, like we anxiety is what this segment is about for this episode. For mental health, I know sometimes it takes you to a place where you feel like you're alone. You're not alone. So if you don't have TikTok, you got somebody that has TikTok, or even YouTube. Probably if you type in TikTok tips for mental health, it probably will pop up. But I'm asking you guys to go do that. Go check out TikTok. Go type in some of those hashtags and see what pop up. So heartfelt for this segment is something. It's not anxiety. I won't. It's not anxiety, but it was something that I felt like I didn't want to do this episode and not talk about. So a little boy, I want to say in Shreveport, Louisiana, he was 3 years old, and he got caught in the crossfires of a what was it? He got caught in the crossfires of a shooting. I want to say like drive by. That's what I was trying to say. He got caught in the crossfires of a drive by shooting, and that's just I want you to be mindful. Like I say, like we live in a world where I won't say it's normal, but kids getting killed and doing different things. If that's what you own, I ain't trying to change nobody in that aspect. If that's what you really own, be on that. But don't be on that from a car. Go hit your target. If that's what you're trying to do, I'm not condoning the violence. Overthink understanding does not condone the violence, but I'm a real person that's done been through real things that got real issues going on in the world. So I understand it. I understand what it drive a person to do that. I understand what to have people on alert like that. But if you, even in the video, so many shots go off. So many shots go off. A 3-year-old is getting killed. If you don't see the person that you're trying to hit, what's the point of shooting so many bullets, shooting up houses, shooting up cars? You got a problem with somebody, take it up with that person. Take it up with that person. And like to tie it into the anxiety and the post traumatic stress, like you do, oh, if I don't go get them, they gonna come after me. Or it's a cycle because you choose for it to be a cycle. And you can't say like I gotta live here because my mama live here because 9 times out of 10 you probably not listening to what your mama, your grandparents, your daddy, your both parents maybe you probably ain't even listening to what they gotta tell you. So I'm just asking y'all doing that. I'm not violence and that's gonna happen. But if you're gonna do it, be for real about it. That's all I'm gonna say on that. If you're gonna hit your target, hit your target. And just for things on the internet to wrap up this segment, wrap up this episode, I would like for my listeners to go find something on the internet that makes you feel good. There's so much stuff out there on the internet. Not nothing where you out there comparing yourself. I'm not saying no, therapeutic shopping or something. I'm just saying something on the internet that makes you feel good. If those things on the internet make you feel good, I'm not knocking it. But just find something on the internet that makes you feel good. And that is going to be a wrap to this segment of social, heartfelt, and informative things on the internet, on the internet for short. It'll also be a wrap to this episode. Thank y'all for checking out this episode of Overthinking Understanding Podcast. Until next time, thank you guys for listening.